Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to night one of this three-part summer extravaganza. CBA! And he caught all of it. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. And now, huge cutter from Ryan Ritchie. And he's got the one. Wait a minute, wrap. He's looking to wait a minute. Oh my God! And we get real the victory roll to the top rope. No way! And he beat him. It's gonna go from the different haze. Moore's got it. That's gotta be it. And it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to night two of this three-part summer extravaganza. Just in time to catch him with that Arn Anderson-style spine buster and a parting shot. Trevor O'Brien, goodbye. That reverse Death Valley driver, Cruz, was in control. Got him up and dropped him down. 1, 2, and a 3. Purple, and he's got the finest carry over around the world into the champion. Well, maybe it is. Is it over? And it is.
Welcome everyone to the third and final night of WTWXFUTURE, an event where WTW and Future are going head-to-head to crown the Project Wrestling champion, the champion of all Project Wrestling leagues.
Night one had round one for Future, night two had round one for WTW, and now it's night three here, ladies and gentlemen, the final night of this tournament. Both men who survived their sides of the brackets will battle for the Project Wrestling Championship. Death Notorious Angel, it is a privilege to be working with you, sir. How are you doing tonight, and how do you think about this bracket so far?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, and to be honest, you got a lot of talent on this bracket, but we got to see exactly what they can put in the ring. That is what comes down to it, and here comes number one idiot of all idiots, Mr. Champion, the guy who got himself eliminated at the Royal Rumble. Real genius, this one, so I don't expect a whole lot of him out of this tournament.
Well, other than what DNA said, Mr. Champion is a member of the Cabinet faction, defeated Peyton to get into the second round, and is currently number one contender for the WTW Tag Title belts, which they will be facing the catering crew at WTW Downfall, the upcoming pay-per-view for WTW. Mr. Champion has quite the ego, wouldn't you say, DNA?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes his ego tends to get in the way and he makes dumb decisions. But he has the talent, he has the ability. If he could just learn to control himself, when he's in that ring, he could be one of the greats.
That he can. Champion, a very crafty man, has come close to many titles since joining Project Wrestling. He was in the tournament for the WTW World title and was in contendership for the WTW Hardcore title, but failed. Maybe today, it's the change that he needs. Who knows? However, his opponent, Juan Conrad, the current Legacy Champion for WTW, has defeated Orion James to get the title at the WTW Summer Solstice, and defeated the current WTW Hardcore Champion, Kevin Villanova, to get into the second round. Juan Conrad, surely someone to keep your eyes on for this matchup.
He's a young kid. He's got a lot of potential. We're going to see what he can do when he goes in there against Mr. Champion. Of course, both of these guys, top of their class athletes, and ready to prove themselves right here in this ring, heading straight into this tournament, hoping to become the Project Wrestling Champion. That's what it's all about here tonight.
That is very true, and as of late, Juan Conrad has been showing a complete new side to him, a mean streak, if you will, in the WTW circuit, and has been dominating ever since. However, both these men both Champion and Juan Conrad, they both have chances to becoming dual champions here tonight if they win the whole tournament. Juan is holding the WTW Legacy title and would be, if he goes on, would be holding the WT Legacy title and the Project Wrestling title, while Champ could win the Project Wrestling title and the WTW tag titles if he won a downfall, as we get this matchup underway.
Let's see what these two young men can do, meeting out in the middle of the ring. I think we're going to see some good old-fashioned wrestling here. You're not going to have a lot of hoo-ha. You're not going to have a lot of flippy stuff. It's going to be some good old-fashioned wrestling.
Well, with Champ, you never know what you're going to get. As we head off, we'll tie up, and again shoving off Juan Conrad.
Mr. Champion taking a little bit of a time. He's letting that arrogance, that brashness get in his way. He's got to keep his head in the game.
Juan Conrad needs to keep his cool.
This is true.
Mr. Champion, this is what Mr. Champion wants to do. He wants to get into your head as he runs to do a drop kick there, though.
And Mr. Champion better watch out. He's on the outside where he could get counted out. This is not a no falls count anywhere match or something like that.
That he is. It looks like he's throwing a tantrum, taking down the announce table. I believe the referee is at 5 count. Never mind. Champion back in the ring. Couldn't get that clothesline. Trying to get that underhanded clothesline by Juan Conrad. Sniffed it out. What's he have in store here?
Oh, very nice.
Very nice indeed. Conrad now in control.
Showing off a little bit of that athletic ability that we were talking about. This guy is talented. He could go all the way.
That he could. He could be a dual champion. Referee at a 3 count. You hear the crowd counting alongside with him. Champion now with a little bit of a whiplash. Caught him on the top rope there. And we're back on the outside.
Mr. Champion taking advantage of that outside. There's nothing but padding, nothing but concrete out there with a little bit of padding.
Yeah, very small amount of padding, and the rest is just really concrete. Elbow there to the jawline. This Champion somewhat in control, then a ducking clothesline.
Mr. Champion's got him.
Pinfall early. Is it enough? No, just not even a 2 count there, DNA. And as a former competitor yourself, DNA, what do you do here against Juan Conrad or against Mr. Champion? Against any of these men, what is the game plan for these kind of matches?
Well, you have to keep something in mind right now, right? Oh, hold on, we got a pin here. You got to keep something in mind. This is a tournament. You are going all out in one night. So the best thing to do is make calculated moves, make calculated moves, and not waste any time, not waste any energy, because you're going to have to fight someone in the next round if you go on to the next round, of course.
Of course, and you don't really get that much time to rest. And if you've been in these kind of matches before, DNA, and if so, how much time do you really have to rest and heal up your body during these in-between rounds? As we get a pinfall here, is it enough? 2 count. No, just a 2 as Mr. Champion thinking he should have gone a little bit quicker. But again, to that question, during these kind of matchups and during that time of resting and healing, what's the best way to do to really heal yourself up within only around probably a 20-minute span?
Well, the best thing to do is, of course, get yourself hydrated, let your body rest, and of course, make sure that you keep yourself warmed up. You don't want to get cold, you don't want to get cramps or anything like that in the middle of a match. Oh, beautiful side kick.
And there's a rope break. Referee seeing it. Champion not so happy about it, though.
Taking him out.
Dragging him to the middle of the ring.
Could be it.
Could be. Good enough. No! Just got the shoulder up, if barely. Champion again showing frustration.
Oh, looked a little south of the border.
It kind of did. If not, at least hit it, I think it might have hit his pelvic region.
Mr. Champion's got to get something going here. He's got to get a little sequence going. Got to get the guy off his game. Take control of the match.
Yeah, Conrad's definitely off his game so far as he's leaning up against the ropes. Champion now. What's he have in store?
Oh, Conrad's out. Oh!
Spinning back fist and a knife edge chop using the ropes now. Look out, Champion, clothesline, and Champion's out of the ring.
Mr. Champion taking a spill over that top rope. That cannot be fun.
Including with so little padding. You see the blue padding around the ring. It doesn't really protect anyone from the concrete beneath it, considering it only covers around the ring step area.
Oh! Big drop kick there by Conrad, thank you. Comes off that rope and he just hits it, just nails him. Look at this. Nails him right in the chest. Boom! Conrad, beautiful technique here. Mr. Champion better watch out.
Back in the ring. Back in the ring now. Look out, Champion.
Oh!
Spinning heel kick. Is that enough? 2. No! I almost thought that Champion was knocked out cold, DNA.
Mr. Champion took a hell of a shot. Somehow he managed to get his shoulder up. He's got a lot of fortitude. He's got a lot of heart, and he's going to have to rely on all of it in order to win this match here tonight. Whoa! Whoa!
Champion caught him!
Ow!
Dropped him on the top of his skull. Onto the knee. Is that enough? Did that knock out Juan Conrad? No, it did not. 2.5. Champion now, picking him back up. Another suplex.
Oh! Again with that inverted neck breaker.
Almost looks like a brain buster.
Almost
like a modified version.
Yeah, almost like a brain buster. Oh! Kick to the face. That's undebatable.
Yeah, that's definitely undebatable. It almost looked like a super kick, but he was on a kneeling position. Will that be enough to take out the young Juan Conrad?
2.
No, again, barely getting the shoulder up as Mr. Champion. Again, showing frustration. Now somewhere getting a breather, trying to figure out how to take down Juan Conrad.
Mr. Champion.
Back him up.
Mr. Champion's trying. He's definitely trying, but as we all know, do or do not, there is no try.
That is for sure. Champion trying to humble Juan Conrad as Conrad's getting slapped. Well, Champion's now giving a forearm to Conrad. Back and forth brawl.
It's gonna be here.
Champion groggy. It was. Played possum. Blocking the forearm is Juan Conrad.
Oh, rake of the eyes by Mr. Champion.
Off the rope. Clothesline. And another. Juan Conrad trying to get back into this. No, Champion hasn't picked up.
Ow!
Back to the skull with the knee.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
That might be it. Actually, no.
Wow.
2.5 again.
You gotta give credit to Juan Conrad. He's like the young man wants it. He wants it in the worst way, and he's willing to do anything he can do to get it.
Champion on the top rope, catching him is Juan Conrad. Juan Conrad caught him.
Oh! Pays him back with a little neck breaker of his own.
Conrad now picking him up, straight jacket. Oh, straight jacket DDT, inverted or lifted DDT. Will that be enough to take out Champion?
2.
I think it's enough, and Juan Conrad moving to the second round for WTW as now another member of the cabinet has been eliminated as Juan Conrad is going to the semifinals. He took a lot of damage in that DNA. With how much time he's going to have resting, what do you think that probably a warm bath and ice might help soothe the muscles?
Well, you could definitely ice the muscles. That's always a good idea. I don't know if he has time for the bath, but you could also get yourself a little bit of Gatorade, maybe some water to refresh yourself. You want to make sure you're hydrated, and you want to make sure that you're ready to go into competition in the next round. That is what Juan Conrad is destined for later on here in this program.
Ending that matchup with a with a straight jacket lifted. DDT did not give Champion enough room to move those arms out to protect his head. And as you can see, Champion hasn't moved an inch since being dropped there. It's Juan Conrad moving to the semifinals. Semifinals in store. As we go backstage, Clark Edwards, the leader of the cabinet, furious, and member of the catering crew is Payton, who has had multiple runs in with the cabinet. Tension could be cut with a knife. As you look now at the bracket, Juan Conrad moving up into the semifinal spot for WTW. With our next match, which is now for Future. Ryan Reese versus FAM's very own Norman Rhodes.
Norman Rhodes is an incredible talent. We're very proud to have him, and we're glad to see him here, taking his chance to become the very first Project Champion.
Here's Ryan Reese, a dark figure from Future Wrestling, proven to be an aggressive adversary in NPCW, and has used the ropes to defeat El Guido in round 1.
Well, you gotta use whatever strategy gets you the win. When it comes down to it, all that matters is that your hand is raised at the end of the match. Come hell or high water, buck or crook.
That is very true. And what I'm also receiving now, Ryan Reese hasn't been in line for any recent titles as of late until now. But it would definitely be a mistake to underestimate his ability. He causes extreme damage to his opponents with his kicks, his punches, and all the other moves he has in his arsenal. So Norm might want to be on the lookout for those kind of moves by Ryan Reese.
Basically, the man is a wrecking machine. You have to avoid his kicks, you have to avoid his punches, you have to avoid getting hit. Now Rhodes is going to have to absolutely wrestle this guy, and that's just the bottom line to it.
That's very true.
Basically going to have to out-wrestle.
That would be more agile and kind of just take little hits just put in a little bit of hits onto Reese and then kind of back off and make Reese waste his energy by following.
Absolutely.
But if Reese gets his hands on Norm, it might be over.
Well, we'll see what these guys can do. Norm's a slippery little sly little weasel. Maybe he can manage to slip around, get the edge on Reese, and put him down for the 3.
Very true indeed. Now awaits his opponent to try and get to the semifinals. Norman Rhodes, one of the few members of Team Future who is also signed to WTW. Team Future snagged him, though, in the draft for this tournament. So Norman Rhodes fighting for Future, even though he used to be a WTW superstar. Norman Rhodes, another half of the catering crew, that will be facing the cabinet at WTW Downfall with Payton, and is a member of this spectacular that is Baldy and Ass with Devlin the Noose. He defeated Deshaun Garcia to get into round 2. Norman Rhodes has been in line for the Future Junior Heavyweight title, main evented WTW Spring Cleaning, and a failed effort for the WTW World title against Big Bronson, and is now looking to change his luck with trying his luck at the biggest title in Project Wrestling, but has already gone farther than his tag team partner. Norman Rhodes, a former commentator, well, still commentator, but now gone wrestler. What do you suspect Norm to do here, DNA?
Well, it depends on what Norm's itinerary is, I guess, here. Does he want to try to out-wrestle the guy? Does he want to try to out-shoot the guy? Does he want to, just jump in there and kick him in the chest with a drop kick?
That's what he's doing now. German suplex now. Oh,
That's
and
good.
with the bridge. Ref a little slow. Is that enough? No. Just a 1 count there. As Norman Rhodes starting hot and heavy.
That's what he's got to.
Ryan Reese.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to out wrestle the man. He can't out fight him. He can't out brawl him. He has to out wrestle him.
That he does. And Ryan Reese wisely going outside the ring to get some breath. Trying to figure out what Norm's all about.
It's like you said earlier. The guy's he's got strong kicks. He's got strong punches. Behind every one of those kicks and every one of those punches is a lot of force. And you have to admit, the force is strong with this one.
I do, DNA. As he's now getting choked out in the corner. Norman Rhodes getting choked out by Reese. Referee did start the count, but Reese backing off.
A little time to showboat here. It's not a good idea. Not when there's this much at stake.
You're right, as we go to a suplex, maybe. No, countered by Ryan Reese. Forearm to the back. And a kick to the face. And a pin attempt with the forearm to the jaw. Is it enough? No, not even the 2 count. Norman Rhodes kicking out.
Like you said, Norman has to avoid those kicks, those punches. Reese's good. He's good with his feet. He's good with his hands, and he's strong as an ox. The guy will put you down in half a second if you're not watching it.
That's for sure. It's Ryan Reese now taking control, trying to get the legs out from under Norman Rhodes. Norman Rhodes, you can see now, using those legs to good use, sweeping them out. And now working on the legs of Ryan Reese now in return.
It's a great strategy. Take out his legs and he can't kick you in the head.
Very true. Elbow drop to the stomach there. Norm thinks it's enough, but is it? 2, no, not even a 2 count again. Kicking out at 1. Norman Rhodes staying on the attack though. Underhook.
Oh! And he's in an armbar.
And he got him in a traditional armbar. Looks like a underhook pile driver, but then he flipped it around to a suplex and then got that armbar in as he gets drop kicked into the knee.
Well, Reese's going to go for those brawler attacks. He's going to go in there and just beat and pummel and stomp a mud hole right in Norm. That's going to be his strategy.
Yeah, that's going to definitely be the strategy if Norm's not careful, as Reese has been targeting that knee that he drop kicked earlier. And again to that knee and that leg bar, just stretching out the tendons and the bone.
Even if Norm somehow makes a comeback in this match, you know that it's going to affect him later on in the tournament. This is not good. You can't let a certain part of your body get injured, because then it becomes a target for the next guy.
That it does. That's if he makes it through the other round. Is Norman Rhodes now attacking the knee of Ryan Reese, kind of getting revenge back on him, as you see Norm slightly limping from the constant attacks to his knee. And speaking of which, figure 4 knee lock on Ryan Reese applied by Norman Rhodes. A painful hold as Reese getting out of it.
Reese's not going to take that very long. Oh, man. High knee knocking Rhodes silly.
Is that enough? The high knee. No. High knee, not enough to take out Norman Rhodes. Reese now putting him against the rope. Punch to the gut. And another. You don't want to be here if you're a boxer.
Yeah. Oh! Man, hard clothesline, knocking Norm right off his feet and straight to his back. Not the place you want to be in a match.
Not the most pleasant way of going down. He almost got his head taken off by that clothesline, swinging neck breaker there. And another pin attempt. Early pinfalls here in this matchup. Isn't enough, though.
2.
No.
Norm managing to kick out, getting that little bit of oomph, that little bit of strength, and managing to kick out.
There he is. And these early pinfalls might be taking energy out of their opponents.
Oh,
Knees to the back. Norm now on the attack. Hurricane Rana.
Beautiful. Hurricane Rana. Beautiful. Coming back, what's he going to hit him with? Big elbow.
Elbow to the chest. Almost the neck. And then another elbow to the stomach.
Getting a little flashy here, but hey, if it works, you know?
Norm going wild now, going to the top rope.
Whoa! Look at that!
Senton flip.
1, 2.
Is it enough? No, it is not enough. 2.5, says the ref. You look at the differences between these two. Reese has the height advantage and probably the weight advantage, while Norm definitely the underdog.
Well, Norm might also have the advantage when it comes to technical skill and speed. Don't forget. And if he can't get his hands on you, he can't attack you.
Very true. Lion salt from the top rope. That might be enough.
1, 2.
And the referee seeing something that we are not seeing. The shoulder might have been up. But from where I was sitting, it didn't look like it was up. Do you think the referee got a little too into his position?
I'm not sure. We really can't judge. You know, can't see through the referee's eyes. Maybe the shoulder was just up enough to count. But, you know, at the end of the day, the official's word is the official's word. What are you going to do about it?
Very true. Very true. You can't really do anything about it when the referee's in there with the competitors with a massive kick to the jawline, and people could hear that kick from the cheap seat.
That was an enziguri to end all enziguris, coming out of nowhere and just clocking him in the back of the head.
That was a massive kick. How Norm's even able to stand up and do this senton is beyond me.
That is kind of
another pin attempt. Wait a minute.
He's got him. Back to that arm bar.
Arm bar. Wait a minute. Arm and leg bar in the same time. Very difficult hold to apply. The arm mainly getting the brunt of it as you see it stretching backwards the way it's not supposed to. Getting out of it, though, is Ryan Reese. Uh-oh. This isn't good for Norman Rhodes.
He's got that anaconda vice locked in. Is Norman going to tap? Is he going to give up right here, right now?
Or really pass out? If this holds applied for too long, the blood to the brain's got to stop functioning. And now there's Norman Rhodes sending him outside. Norman Rhodes showing some life.
Doing a little something for the ladies there.
Waiting for him to get up. Here comes Rhodes going off the top rope and cross body. But Norm's out. Norm has been using a lot of energy to stay into this matchup. As they're now both back up on their feet, going inside the ring.
Norm's going to have to go backstage and have himself a high-protein meal to refuel himself up. Make sure he's going to have enough energy to come out here and take on the next guy in the next round should he win this match. But at this point, it looks like it's going to be Ryan Reese with that beautiful Samoan drop.
Very true. Kick to the small of the back. Picking up Norm. Just sending him down with a feign choke slam.
Going up top here. This is no man's land.
No man's land, as you like to call it.
Oh!
I don't even know what to call that.
1, 2.
And somehow that's not enough. I don't even know.
I don't think I've seen that many.
Or whatnot. But that was like a.
I don't think I've seen that many twists in a Twizzler. What the hell?
That was a very impressive move for a big man the size of Ryan Reese.
And no!
His Reese cutter.
That's got to be it. That's got to be over. 1, 2.
Norm's had a good run. But no! Norm with the heart of a lion kicking out of it. Reese probably looking for that cutter again here, DNA.
He's planted. He's got something. He's stalking him here. What's he going to do? Wait a minute.
Wait. Norm getting back into it with some of those kicks. Norm now off the ropes. Norm with that backhand. using his ass-based offense. And then going off the ropes again and splashing down on him, hooking the leg. Is it enough?
1, 2.
Not enough. Just barely kicking out of it.
You had to know that Reese
And
wasn't
in
going to lay
quotes-
down to that ridiculousness.
Well, and to quote Norm himself, to an infinity. Is he going off the rope again? But John,
He got caught. Boom!
neck breaker after the back breaker. Reese has him again. He's got to go for that Samoan drop again.
Oh! Beautiful move.
Dropping him down on the base of his skull isn't enough to take out Norman Rhodes. Wait a minute. Reese saying he hasn't had enough DNA. What do you think of this strategy here by Ryan Reese when he had Norm beat?
I think it's a big mistake. Go for the win. Get the win. Hand raise is the only thing that matters. This is a big mistake. It's a lot of cockiness. It's a lot of arrogance, and it could cost him if he's not careful.
Pinfall again. However, Norm kicks out of it, and now Reese might be wondering if it was a good idea to pick up Norm when he had the guaranteed 3 count. Norm, keep it up! Pushing him down. Clothesline. Norm getting back into it. Again. And now throwing him down. That side effect looking maneuver. And Norm now firmly in control as he's going up to the top rope. Ryan Reese is kicking himself right now, DNA.
Oh! Beautiful senton bomb by Norman Rhodes, and he's down.
Norman Rhodes is down. However, he's back up. Norm now in the corner, stalking in the corner.
He's getting juiced up here. He's thinking about something. Oh, no. Didn't work out for him.
Got kneed in the gut. And can we possibly see that corkscrew? No!
Oh, Norm able to get up and stop him at the nick of time.
Norman Rhodes going up top.
Oh!
Super arm drag!
What more does Norm need to do to put this guy away? That's the question he's got to be asking himself.
Famouser! That might be it, but he's down! The Famouser! But is it enough? Norm hooking the leg! Is Reese done? He is! Ryan Reese losing the match as Norman Rhodes is heading to the semifinals. Let's watch some of these replays, DNA. What is your expert analysis on this match?
Well, let's take a look. A little bit of high risk, not too high risk. That was pretty good strategy. Of course, Rhodes managed to keep himself at a nice pace. He got hit a few times, but he has the heart of a lion, so of course, he was able to kick out. And then finally, he puts the coup de grace to him a little bit later on. As we see right here, boom, Reese was always one step ahead of him. But Norman, on the strategic side, was a little one step ahead of Reese, and he hits him with that Famouser, putting him down for the 1, 2, 3. At the end of the day, Norm's hand is raised, and he's going on to the next round.
That he is, and Ryan Reese has to be kicking himself for not taking the pinfall earlier in the match.
Yeah, unfortunately, he went to the honey pot a little bit too often, and it cost him.
Norman Rhodes, as you see for Future, going to the semifinals. Welcome back, everyone, to night 3 As we are now in our third match, a WTW match to advance to the next round, which is the semifinals. Rev Caliber versus Desmond Cruz. Danny, let me tell you a little bit about Rev Caliber. Rev Caliber is now entering in for the last hope for the Cabinet to win the Project Wrestling Championship. The other half of the Cabinet tag team, who will be facing the catering crew at Downfall, they all lost. Rev Caliber is the only member left of the Cabinet.
Well, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders and a lot of responsibility. If he wants to keep his faction alive, he has to win here tonight.
That's true. More information on Rev Caliber. He had a small stint in Future, but decided to ditch the red and go blue, debuting a WTW spring cleaning and has been trailblazing ever since, dominating the Kareem to get the tag contendership, but he has a tall order to beat, and Desmond Cruz. Speaking of Desmond Cruz, the longest reigning champion in WTW, holding a hardcore title for a record-breaking 616 days before losing it at WTW Summer Solstice in a fatal four-way of Clark Edwards, David Moore, who is currently on Team Future, and Kevin Villanova. Desmond Cruz may have lost his hardcore crown, but he claims to have built WTW from the ground up and wants nothing more than to hold the title for all of Project Wrestling. 616 days with a hardcore title. DNA, that's impressive, with 24/7 hardcore title rules to hold it for almost 2 years.
Well, he is one big, impressive-looking bastard, and he looks like he could go in there and just about take anybody. So let's see if he can take on everybody and make his way to become Project Champion.
Another side note, Desmond Cruz and WTW is undefeated, but Rev here has an opportunity to hand him that fresh loss outside the confines of WTW as we get this matchup underway. Circling each other, Rev Caliber making sure to get the first strike in. Desmond Cruz, much taller than Rev Caliber.
Yeah, but you know what they say, size only matters when skill doesn't.
Very true, and it's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog. But right now, Desmond Cruz is killing that dog.
He's heading to the mat. Oh, that's gonna do some damage. That's gonna do some brain damage. Let's see if Desmond Cruz can even.
If not,
let's see if Desmond Cruz can even get up after that.
And a punch to the jaw. Is that enough this early on? No, just a one count as Rev Caliber holds on. Getting a punch there to the gut is Rev Caliber. Rev Caliber now trying to send Desmond Cruz to the outside. He does. Desmond Cruz on the outside. Oh, Desmond Cruz caught him! Spine buster on the mat and partially on the concrete.
Oh, man, that's going to be considered headache number 9 right there. Your head hits off the concrete on the outside there. And now he's just pounding him.
DNA, what is the dangers of fighting outside the ring with such little padding in this
You
venue?
got a lot of dangers outside the ring. You got the metal steel poles, you got the guard railing, you got the concrete floor, you got fans.
Very true. Very true indeed. Didn't even put the fans into account, DNA. Thank you for bringing that back up, because you never know. The fans, if they don't like you, they'll let you know.
I mean, it may not be so much as just a beer in the eyes, but it's enough to throw you off your game. And you know the fans.
That it will. An early pin attempt after that brawl.
Go.
No, Desmond Cruz still has yet to get a 2 count by Rev Caliber. Caliber picking him back up. Looking to scoop slam him. He does in the middle of the ring. Well, close to him.
And hits him with that massive knee drop.
And again with a pin attempt. Not even a 2 again. Desmond Cruz refuses to stay down for 2. And a knee to the face. Caliber now, the bone collector he likes to call himself, trying to get back into this one, trying to cut down Desmond Cruz for size, and for such a, Rev Caliber not in the best of spots.
That tree of woe.
And now Desmond Cruz has Caliber. Sending Caliber into the turnbuckle now, and now Cruz might have something to say to him. And what's that famous saying, DNA, about stomping a mud hole?
Stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry.
That's right, as he just stomped a mud hole into Rev Caliber, as Desmond Cruz now with the pin attempt. Is it enough? Two count. The hand was on the rope, and you saw Desmond get off the pin. Desmond did get off the pin there. A very honorable thing to do in wrestling here today.
Well, honorable may not always be the brightest thing. What you got to do is do everything you can. Everything you can to get your hand raised at the end of it. That's the key. That's the key to being successful.
It's very true, DNA. That is very true. Couldn't have said it any better.
Watch out. And
dropping him spine first into the apron. And now throwing him back into the ring. Is that enough? After throwing him spine first into the apron, is it enough? No, just a 2 count.
That's definitely the kind of thing that can knock the breath out of you and make you unable to even move, let alone kick out.
That's true. Rev Caliber now getting back with that knee kick and another knee strike to the face. Trying to keep down Cruz. He has the right idea to stay on top of him, but now he's letting the big man get up. Oh, never mind. Back with another knee.
Going to the well once too often here.
Back to the corner. And rubbing his face against the ropes. And yet another knee to the face. Isn't enough. 1, 2. Is it enough to count Desmond Cruz? No, it's not. Desmond Cruz kicking out.
Desmond Cruz is one tough son of a gun. You're not going to take him down that easy. It's going to take something spectacular.
It is raking the eyes of Desmond Cruz now as Caliber. Now trying to find that move and ending with that beautiful back suplex. Textbook.
Going for the pin.
Not enough. Just a 2 count again. Not even a near fall 2 count. Just a regular 2 count. Caliber now trying to out-brawl the brawler.
That's not a smart move. It's like trying to outbox a boxer. Oh!
Thrown outside. Desmond Cruz ready to fly through the middle rope and hits it into the canvas. Or the outside, and Desmond Cruz even stayed on his feet. The biker went flying.
Got amazing agility. Amazing just in-ring skills. It's no wonder this guy was champion for over 600 days.
Hardcore champion nonetheless. Is it enough? No! Barely a 3 count. Almost made it, but not enough. Desmond Cruz now trying to figure out what he has to do to take out the bone collector. Desmond Cruz might be setting up for something big.
Get ready. And...
Ow! Caliber caught him.
So the roles are reversed here.
Wait a minute. Caught by Cruz. Sneaky pin. Is it enough? No. Just a 1 count. Here comes Cruz again. Big boot to the face. It's turning him inside out.
Oh, man. That'll rearrange your dental work right there. And now Desmond Cruz going to look to put this match away.
Could it be the Devil's Hammer? It is! No one has ever kicked out of the Devil's Hammer. Will Rev Caliber be the first one to kick out of it? No! He will not. As Desmond Cruz heading to the semifinals for WTW.
Of course, Desmond Cruz put on a hell of a match. He went out there and he did his thing. He laid in some major damage, especially that spine buster on the apron. But at the end of the day, it was just the little extra touches like the dive through the ropes or his special finisher at the end. It was the key to his success. The guy's gonna go far, and you know what? He's my personal pick to win the Project Wrestling Championship.
That is a very bold statement, DNA. I might have to take on that bet, depending on who makes it, as Desmond Cruz, making it to the semifinals. Red Caliber gave it his all, but it was not enough to take out the big man, the biker, the brawler, Desmond Cruz. As we're going to be showing you the graph here for the bracket itself. And now backstage, you see Juan Conrad. He watched that win. He probably scouted some moves. We'll see if Juan Conrad will put that to his advantage as we now go to our fourth matchup of the evening. David Moore versus Enrique Royce. Being Juan Conrad, and now we know that he watched that match, do you think he took notes on Desmond Cruz and possibly how to defeat such a
Well,
big
if he's smart, he did. If he's smart, he watched it, and he scouted every move that happened in that match. He'll be ready for his opponent, and he'll be ready to get in the ring and do it.
That's very true. I believe this is Enrique Royce. No prompt to show me that it is, so I'm going to assume for now. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry in advance. Enrique Royce enters in after defeating Seth Blake in round 1, a newcomer, and hasn't amounted to anything in future, but is looking to become the Project Wrestling Champion to prove pretty strong and be on top of the whole corporation of Project Wrestling. That's a big task for an up and coming.
It's definitely going to be an opportunity for him. If he can make the most out of this, he can become Project Champion and skyrocket his career.
I mean, that's one way of doing it. I mean, hell, you came from Pandora's box.
No comment.
All right. Pretty sure I brought to the bed, and I'm probably not going to make it out of this commentary live after this one, as David Moore coming out now. David Moore has been dominating the scene in Future, has went toe-to-toe with Desmond Cruz, we just saw last match with some of the most brutal segments of the hardcore Fatal 4-Way at WTW Summer Solstice. I actually had a conversation with David Moore before the show tonight. I had the privilege of talking to him, and I noticed he had multiple sets of attires tonight. I asked him why. He said, well, I brought these in case if I go all the way to the next, if I go to the next round, if I make it to the final round. My first attire is going to be representing just a few of the colors of Future, which is white, black, and red. And he says he's saving the rest of his attires from the naked eye from everyone else to make it quite a surprise for us.
That's a very interesting dynamic. The fact that he brought these extra attires shows that he's got a lot of confidence. It shows that he's got a lot of, he knows that he's going in there to win. He's got it all planned out in his head. He didn't bring the costumes for nothing.
That's true. And do you think he also probably brought them knowing that he was going up against the up-and-comer in Enrique Royce?
Well, I can't say for sure about that, but it does tell me that the guy has a lot of confidence. And if he's going up against this newcomer, this veteran is going up against a newcomer, I don't like the chances of Enrique going on to the next round. I just got to be honest.
That's fair enough. It's a fair enough point. Also, something I should bring up, David Moore has defeated Yukita, the breakout star of 2017 and current Wrestle Orchestra champion, which gives him so much momentum coming into this match compared to Enrique Royce. So Enrique has a very uphill battle up ahead of him as we continue on. They circle around the ring, collar and elbow tie-up. Pushing into the ring, we got to have a clean break.
Oh!
No! Rookie showing some disrespect.
Maybe a mistake here. You don't want to get the veteran mad. Oh! Look at that!
Not so rookie move there by Enrique, sending David Moore to the outside. Maybe using David Moore's anger to his advantage.
Yeah, well scouted, definitely. And there he goes. Oh, nice. He's got him in an arm bar here. What's it gonna be?
Mexican armbar, stretching it back against the shoulder blade. You could tear a rotator cuff if you're not careful.
Oh, massive clothesline.
And now mounting Enrique and punching his face in.
That's a surefire strategy. If you can punch a guy's face in, he's not going to get up. He's going to go down for the 3. It's a guarantee.
Very true, DNA. Very true indeed as we get a big boot to the head. And an early pinfall here by David Moore. Is it enough? No, it is not. Enrique Roy is kicking out of it. Picking up Enrique now. Club to the back.
I'm set up here. Oh!
What's this? Kick to the gut. Nope.
Ow! Big clothesline. He's
Another one.
He's just laying those kicks and those punches and those clotheslines in. He's just going to brawl him down.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing down the Chinatowns. Now we're in a headlock. Good old headlock. David Moore has that cinched in. He'd give you cauliflower ears if he wrenches at you hard enough. Oh, wait a minute. Enrique out of it now. Standing headlock. Gets out of it.
Went for the chop and he missed, but he got connected with the other hit. Oh! Slap to the face. He's just going to town on him.
Oh, tricked him again! And it ain't Seguri. Is that enough for DNA?
2.
No, it is not. David Moore kicking out of it. Enrique, though, showing some kickboxing prowess. Oh, wait a minute. Going for that leg. Sweeping him down.
That nice dragon screw right there. That knee drop on his knee. Ow!
And then dropping on the knee again. And dropping on the Achilles tendon almost. 1. No, not even a 2 count. Only working on the legs. It's only going to get you so far unless if you hook that leg during a pin. And a stretch here.
Stretching those abdominal muscles. Very, very painful. Very risky injury too. It's the risk. It's the same injury that put Bill Goldberg out of football. Keep that in mind.
That's very true. And Bill Goldberg is one big man, bigger than Desmond Cruz. After getting out, chopping that leg.
Enrique may be in trouble here.
Oh! Yeah, I think Enrique's in a lot of trouble. I think David Moore has found the weak spot on Enrique. You take out those legs, those kicks, they're not going to be as painful.
You take out the legs and the knees, he can't do all the flippy stuff that he likes to do. He can't do all the luchador moves.
That he can't. He's still working on those legs here, DNA.
Just remember, a man can't stand, he can't fight. That's the bottom line.
I mean, he can try to fight, but it's not going to be as powerful.
Well, if you ever seen a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, you'll know that's a futile effort.
I've seen people with one leg put up one hell of a fight. They might have been losing efforts, but they put up a big fight. As we are now in a figure 4 leg lock by David Moore onto Enrique Roy is on the injured knee already. Will we see a tap out? No, he lets go.
Tremendous amount of pain on both knees and your foot.
Back to that turnbuckle. Might be going after that leg again. He is.
He's got a strategy. He's got a plan. Like I said, he didn't bring the attires for nothing. The guy's got it all figured out. He knew when he came into this match, he was going to target a limb and he was going to take it out.
That's what he's doing right now. That leg has been targeted ever since that chop from earlier. And we might be seeing another figure 4 leg lock. Never mind. Maybe it's... Yeah, figure 4 leg lock again. Again applied on Enrique Royes. Look at the wrenching amount that David Moore is putting on Enrique here. It's either snap or tap right now.
Oh! Enrique, desperate with that little punch. Getting out of that figure 4 leg lock, and what's he going to come back with here?
Doesn't have the same amount of power we saw from before.
Ow! Nice spinning neck breaker. That could be it.
That could be it, just like you said. Is it enough to take out David Moore? No, it's not. And now Enrique, what in the hell? What is this? This is a shooting star. Never know. Rope break. Wait a minute. Triangle hold.
Let's see if this is going to be enough.
It can make a man pass out. It could also break the
reach
arm.
He's got to reach out and grab those ropes.
He's trying to. He's moving his legs wildly, and getting out of it is David Moore. Off the rope is David Moore, catching him, whiplash! Sending him back of the head first straight into the canvas, which could cause a concussion if you're not lucky enough. David Moore now jumping over, float over neck breaker. And now going to the top rope is David Moore.
High impact move. What's it gonna be? Oh! Beautiful!
Texas hangover.
1, 2.
No, just in the nick of time.
Well, he's working on the arm.
Smart strategy here by David Moore, working on more targets, just making more targets with those.
And he's gonna pound on his head a little bit.
David Moore is in complete control.
The wily veteran here, he's taking this young buck to his limits here. Wait a minute. Oh! Enrique.
Rios out of it. Going to the top.
Oh!
There's got reward. Elbow to the back of the head, or maybe even the neck. From my angle, I didn't really see exactly where he hit him. But will that be enough? No. Just a 2 count. Enrique Royes off the rope, slower than before, but it kicked in the face.
Yeah. Not today.
Looking like a kick to the arm. 2. Not enough. Royes, the up-and-comer, actually giving David Moore a run for his money. Throughout this matchup, it's been all David Moore, and now Enrique slightly in control.
Getting picked up in the corner here. Wow, beautiful Hurricane Rana.
On the middle rope. Sent him.
That'd be it.
Is that enough? Is David Moore not going to the semifinal? No! David Moore still
Yeah, they say 2 out of 3 ain't bad unless you're in a wrestling match.
Yeah, those are pretty good odds if you have 2 to 3 odds in a UFC match, but this is wrestling, as you said. Another whiplash there, and David Moore somewhat back in control. Damn, what a clothesline, and another clothesline. Misses that one, and Enrique gets caught for a power slam, and now David Moore firmly back in control. Uh-oh. This might be the end call for Enrique Royes.
Oh, massive spear. That's got to be it.
Massive. Yeah, that has to be. Enrique Royes looks like he's out cold. No! Roy is somehow kicking out of it, and David Moore is begging the ref to be faster with these inconsistent calls. David Moore now picking Enrique Royce up to the top rope. Nothing good can come from this.
You gotta keep in mind something here. An aspect that not many people talk about. You don't want to make too many pinfalls because the referees are people too, and they get tired as well.
That is very true, DNA. I've actually never thought about that because referees, you don't really think they have that much of a really tough job, but they do have to follow the wrestlers around and count those calls whenever they come out. And what a knee there by Enrique Royce.
Busted him wide open there.
I think he did as well. 5-star frog splash. Is David Moore backing home? No! David Moore, I don't know where he's getting this from, still kicking out. Here we go again.
Moore, got him in the corner. Oh, David Moore's in the corner here. What's it gonna be? What's Enrique coming up with?
David Moore getting out of it.
David Moore's got him hooked up. And no!
Catching him with a fall of grace, the gift of Hades. And with that, David Moore is gonna go one-on-one with Norman Rhodes for the semifinals.
Well, Norman, I think you got your work cut out for you. We're gonna see if David Moore can use that submission and brawling style to his advantage when he gets in the ring with a more technical and speed-oriented wrestler. Someone who's not a young buck up and coming, but a wily veteran himself. It's going to be an interesting match, and I can't wait to see it.
Neither can I, but that gift of Hades came literally out of nowhere as David Moore moves on. You see the blood coming from under that headband, so he might have got cut by that knee to the face from earlier.
That's the risk that you take when you step in that ring. This isn't ballet, and you know that there's always a chance you could end up getting a little color.
That's very true, but in a bracket match, he has limited time to either get stitches or whatever he needs for it, as you now see the brackets. And here we are, semi-final match for WTW, the Biker, Desmond Cruz, going up against Juan Conrad. Both of these men have so much to prove. Both of them have been shining stars in WTW's roster. Both men holding titles in the promotion. And it's like titans are clashing. This is going to be such a big match.
You got two big stars here. Desmond Cruz going to a hellacious match earlier on. And now he's coming out to take on the semi-final opponent. Juan Conrad.
Juan Conrad.
Yeah, well, can't figure out why I can't remember this guy's name.
Well, you've been working a lot with a certain faction in FAM, but this is not about FAM. This is about WTW and Future. Desmond Cruz waits for Juan Conrad. There he comes. Juan Conrad. We did say he was lazy champion, and look at that. Juan Conrad showing he already has a belt when Desmond Cruz doesn't. I think he's bringing out this title because he knows he has a fight coming, even though that title necessarily isn't even on the line tonight. Is this a smart strategy, DNA? Yes or no?
Oh, it's a really good strategy. You're coming out, you're bringing that belt, you're taunting the man, you're playing mind games with him. You're getting him upset because you know that he lost the title that he held for over 600 days. So it's a good way to shake him up, get him off his games, get him off his strategy, and just let his emotions take control. Once he does that, you take advantage, and I guarantee you'll come up the victor.
That is very true. I've seen tweets coming in, that this has been a dream matchup for WTW. Both men, notorious strikers, using their fists and feet to create more impact in their opponents, knocking multiple men out. Both these guys have knocked men out. The greatest the WTW Hardcore Champion versus the man who dethroned the very first WTW Legacy Champion in definitive fashion. Both of them are also on amazing win streaks in WTW. One of those streaks, though, have to end.
We're going to see who takes it all and who takes the fall right here. Semi-final match.
And that's what I was about to say. Don't turn your back on Desmond Cruz, because now here comes Desmond Cruz like a piston in a motor. Absolutely unstoppable.
He's going to unload here on Juan Conrad. Juan Conrad better watch out. He better watch his back. Do not give this guy a second to breathe.
Again, both these men brawlers, and the brawling style has been shown by both these competitors as the brawling styles are still going on. Knife edge chop, forearm to the jaw, another one, and another machine gun like elbows. Atomic drop converted.
Oh! Kick to the head.
On Conrad, keeping the big man down. Uh-oh. Here comes Desmond Cruz. Desmond Cruz back up to his feet. Look out there! Discus punch to the jaw. That might have knocked him out.
Only a count of two there.
No.
Only a count of two.
Both of these guys are giving their all after sustaining so much damage in the previous matches. As we now see Desmond Cruz slightly getting a breather, which is pretty smart for this matchup, including in the brackets. Desmond Cruz telling him to bring it.
There's Desmond Cruz back. Juan Conrad's in trouble.
There we go again. Back and forth.
Into the ropes.
Oh! Ropes. Stands up after that elbow. Shook it off like it was nothing.
Oh!
Damn! Is that enough?
Two. Only a two after that massive clothesline maneuver.
What a clothesline. Juan Conrad. No man's land, you like to call it. Waiting.
Oh!
Cruz looking for a moonsault. Doesn't hit it.
That's why they call it no man's land, because no man's ever safe up there.
Going for that white knuckles punch and missed it.
Taken out by the STO, and now take a look at this. Juan Conrad
just swatting that fist out of the air. Wait a minute, I think Juan Conrad wants to hit him with the patented white knuckles punch. Caught by Desmond Cruz.
No!
Got discus.
Big clothesline.
That damn near took his head off. Is that enough? No. Desmond thinks he heard the 3 count. I even thought I heard it as well.
What's Desmond Cruz going to do here? What's he setting up for? You got to know he's got to be calculating. He's got to be thinking. He's got to be planning.
He might be thinking Devil's Hammer.
He might be looking for that big finisher. He might put it away right here. Oh, wait a minute.
Crossbody splash, and Juan Conrad again has an opening to take control.
He's not out of the game yet here.
He might be looking to fly from the outside.
Oh!
Oh! From the air, white knuckles punch.
1, 2.
Desmond, no! Somehow Juan Conrad kicking out after getting hit in the air by a white knuckles punch.
Wait a minute. Oh! Big mistake turning your back on Juan Conrad. Now he's going to take advantage.
Juan Conrad now with the pin attempt. Is it enough to take down the big man? Rope break, leg on the rope. And Conrad can't believe it.
Desmond managed to get that leg on the rope, breaking up the pin. That is a big mistake. You're letting him get a chance to recover. You're letting him get a chance to breathe.
Juan Conrad calling for the end.
Oh!
That rope. Punch to the gut by Desmond Cruz. Running the rope is Desmond Cruz. Big boot. Uh-oh. I think it's time.
Oh!
Devil's Hammer by Desmond Cruz.
That could be it. 1, 2.
Desmond Cruz moving on to the finals. Juan Conrad, yet another victim to the Devil's Hammer, but you can't take any disrespect away from Juan Conrad for the amount of fight he put into this matchup. And besides, the Devil's Hammer, from what I'm receiving, no one in the history of wrestling has ever kicked out after such a hard-fought match against both Rev Caliber. And now Desmond Cruz, no one would blame him for losing here as Juan Conrad had one hell of a run.
You know, when he hits that move, it's the end. When he hit it was the end. Yeah, you gotta give it up to Conrad for putting up a good fight. But tonight was not gonna be his night, as Desmond Cruz is looking to go all the way. He will meet in that championship match tonight.
Rides off into the finals. The only question is, who's going to be his opponent come the finals? Desmond Cruz taking that first spot. Norman Rhodes in the semifinals. We're still waiting for Enrique Royes and David Moore. Or actually, no, sorry, David Moore and Norman Rhodes, for the future match to get to the finals. Here is the semifinal. You look at the color change in the lighting fixtures, as I believe David Moore... Nope, sorry, that's actually Norman Rhodes.
Norman showing a lot of gumption, showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of skill earlier on. But he took a lot of damage to that leg. How's that going to affect him in this match?
That's very true. Norman Rhodes needs to do his best to avoid the gift of Hades, because only one man has ever kicked out of it, and we just saw that man win in the last match. Desmond Cruz, only man to kick out of the gift of Hades, and David Moore needs to avoid Norm's... I wish I'm making this up, but he also needs to avoid David Moore needs to avoid Norm's ass. Both could be devastating. As we now await David Moore. Believe this is one of the attires he didn't allow me to watch, as Norman Rhodes came out in Futures Red, and I believe David Moore might be coming out in Futures White from the light fixture. I believe. I could be wrong. There it is. White and gold. More colors for Future. And you see under that headband, it looks like there's a bandage just over the brow where that cut is. So that wound might not even be fully stitched up or stapled back together.
Well, unfortunately, in this business, you got to do what you got to do. You got to go back. You got to glue it up, stitch it up, tape it up, whatever you got to do. But you got to make your way to the ring, because you can't let a little injury, like a little cut on the head, stop you from attaining your destiny.
Wise words by the veteran of Death's Notorious Angel right there. Both men, from a lot of fan standpoints, DNA, both these men have been held down and are looking to break the glass ceiling that keeps them down. And they hope to break that ceiling by winning the Project Wrestling title. But now we know Desmond Cruz is basically on top of that ceiling.
Well, it's a dangerous place to be. As we all know, glass ceilings can crack and falls can be devastating. But we're going to see whether or not he can rise to the occasion and take his place in that championship match here tonight.
Very true, as we finally get onto this future match. The semifinals for the future competitors is Norman Rhodes with a moonwalk. Impressive. I didn't know you could actually do a moonwalk in wrestling boots.
And even more, first to the offense.
Norman Rhodes to that counter, but after that tug, it's an elbow to the jaw, another elbow to the jaw. David Moore staying on the attack, and that's what he might have to do against Norm, make sure Norm is grounded. But Norm, never mind, tossing him outside the ring.
It'd be a smart idea for Norm to use technique over attack right now. Make the guy wear himself out. Be very calculated. Be very precise. Don't waste any energy. Because if you win, you still have to go head to head with Desmond Cruz.
And right now, Desmond Cruz, if you think about it, because after this match, to give both competitors the same amount of breathing time to rest, the next match, I believe, is an exhibition match. So you have to think right now, Desmond Cruz has the advantage by watching this fight and then just by resting for another. So whoever comes out of this, better hope the next match, whatever it is, it has to be a long match, or this one has to be a very short one.
It kind of works. It works a little bit in, this match right now works a little bit in Rhodes' favor because his match was first on the card. So therefore, he's had a little more time going into this match, but he'll have a little less going into the next.
Very true. Norm now, jumping over, ducking under. Ducking under again. David Moore going for another round, but gets sent outside the ring. Norm with the sassiness. Look out! Oh. Looking back to the crowd, and well, he caught a clothesline. A rather harsh one at that.
Oh! David Moore catching him with that clothesline.
And another one, and now these stomps.
Oh, just kicking him in the chest, yanking his arms out of joint.
To the jaw. Just yelling down at Norm something. But if I could read lips, I'm pretty sure I know what he said. Kick to the gut. Scraping his boot against Norm's face. What does he have in store here, DNA?
Oh! Big face wash at the end of it.
That might have knocked out Norm. Is that enough? The face wash kick. Is it enough to take out Norm? No, it is not. Norm somehow, some way, staying in it.
Oh, Norm deflecting that kick. Maybe back on the offense here. What's he gonna do?
Catching the arm inside that rope, just twerking that arm.
Oh!
Kick to the gut, or the chest, sorry. Now elbow to the gut.
He's got to start using something that's effective, not so much flashy. This is a semi-final match.
That it is. Is this enough? No, it is not. Here we go. Norm. Oh, knee to the face. Kick to the gut. And a kick to the side of the temple.
Nice little maneuver there.
Float over DDT. And a pin.
1, 2.
And it's not enough.
Almost
Norm.
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. You want to get the win, you got to get the 3.
Or make the man submit.
Make the man submit. You can always go that route. But just from what I've seen so far, I think that David Moore would probably have the advantage on him on that.
I think he would. I think you're right there. Catching Norm off guard, using the rope, and then stopping in front with that knee to the gut. And kick to the chest. And another one.
It's going to be an interesting match if David Moore ends up in the ring with Desmond Cruz. Desmond Cruz being, of course, the only man who ever kicked out of his fin.
That's actually a really good observation. I would love to see that rematch. Even though they were in a fatal 4-way the last time they fought.
And this time it will be one-on-one for the biggest prize in the Project Wrestling game.
And a suplex to the turnbuckle. You saw the legs buckle against the turnbuckles.
Stepping back, stomping up. He's getting ready. He's getting hyped. And oh! Denied!
Spinebuster, and Norm Rhodes went down. But he's back up to his feet. But will he be able to capitalize? We'll see. 1, 2. Is it enough?
Not this time.
Not enough. DNA, if you're Desmond Cruz, who are you watching and why? Who are you watching more? Who do you want to face more in this matchup? Do you want to face the man that takes the most damage and wins, or do you want to face the man that you want to face?
Well, I mean, you got to consider everything, and consider everything as a factor. You want to watch the guy who's dominating out there. You want to watch the guy who's most likely to meet you in this tournament. So you can be prepared, you can be ready for whatever comes your way. You want to have him well scouted.
That's a very good point. As Norman Rhodes looking for something big on it, I'm assuming. I can only assume that much because I'm not in the mind of Norman Rhodes as his leg got caught. David Moore back in control.
He's taking a lot of hits here. Oh!
Another big hit. Might be too close to the ropes. Ref says otherwise as he does the count.
He still manages to kick out there.
Only a 2 count.
Oh!
Looked like a kick to the side of the skull. David Moore not... I think David Moore is looking for that spear.
Did the coup de grace right here, and no!
Chopping the leg! And now Norm, someone in the driver's seat, back to those kneecaps.
What's he gonna do here?
Focusing on the legs.
Oh, he's got him in that dragon sleeper. This could be it.
Stretching the head backwards, hyperextending that neck. Well, almost hyperextending it. If you did hyperextend it, you were going to have a really hard time breathing, and you'd have to be immediately rushed to a hospital. As a roll-up pin, roll-up by Norman Rhodes. Will it catch him off guard? No, David Moore with the kick out.
Kick by Norman. Punches. Onto the ropes. What's it going to be here? And nice overhead belly-to-belly suplex.
That was a very good match indeed. Good match, good move indeed. And I think Norm wants to fly. Here he comes. After the senton, is it enough? No, it is not.
going to have to do something. He's going to have to get something going here. He's got him locked up in that abdominal stretch. Oh, he's just wrenching him. He's just pulling on him. He's tearing at those muscles.
Yeah, if you tear the muscles on that rib cage, not going to be able to protect those lungs at all. What a hip toss.
Beautiful reversal right there. David Moore coming back into control of this match, and now he's going to go to town on Norman Rhodes.
Norman Rhodes back on his heels. Trying to get back into this one, and now devastating knees by David Moore to the temple. Those knees could cause concussions. David Moore on the middle rope.
Coming down in. Oh, he got caught. Oh!
Sonic boom! Sonic boom by Norm isn't enough. Norman Rhodes is headed to the finals after catching David Moore with the Sonic boom.
It only takes one good mistake to ruin your match. And unfortunately, David Moore made that mistake. After a grueling match here, David Moore came off the top. He got caught by Norman Rhodes, and he got dropped to the mat. Boom! Right there.
Norman Rhodes heading to the finals against Desmond Cruz.
These are the two most unlikely pairings of competitors you would have thought you would have seen tonight.
You want to talk about an underdog match? You look at Norman Rhodes as he has an uphill battle against Desmond Cruz for the Project Wrestling World Championship. Backstage, Maxwell Verdi talking to Jack Starrett about something, and I guess that's what we're gonna get. And we have Mackenzie Winters coming down for a WTW versus NPCW exhibition match to give both men, Norman Rhodes and Desmond Cruz, enough time to breathe. Mackenzie Winters has had a rough start at the beginning of her WTW run, but since returning at WTW Summer Solstice, she has been on a dominant role, winning the co-main event of the whole CP view. Now, you're Desmond Cruz. You've already rested for one match. Do you hope for this match to be quick?
Well, the longer it goes, the longer you get to rest. Desmond Cruz took a significant amount of damage, but I don't think nearly as much as Norman Rhodes does. If you're Desmond Cruz, you want this match to be over in a fair amount of time. If you're Norman Rhodes, you want this match to go on as long as it can.
That is very true. And coming down now to the ring, we have the privilege, DNA, to watch the debut of Penelope, the brand new up-and-comer, her debut match here on Project Wrestling, going against one of the pillars of the WTW Women's Division in Mackenzie Winters. And she is representing the NPCW brand here tonight, the Project Wrestling League that hired her for this tournament, bringing NPCW into the mix. Both of these women superstars have a lot to prove. Penelope is, from what I'm hearing, she's being trained by joint trained by Peyton and Dana. I'm not sure how you'd react to this because I'm not sure if my notes are smudged or not, but she's also being trained by someone called Cupcake.
Cupcake.
That's all I got. That's what's on my notes.
Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, in any event, we've got this match here. These two lovely divas gonna go head to head and show us exactly what they can do here at this massive event. Let's get it on.
Mackenzie Winters, the longtime veteran, versus the rookie in Penelope in her debut match here in Project Wrestling. As they go to a collar and elbow tie-up, Mackenzie Winters already getting the advantage. Oh, never mind, Penelope!
They're locked in that headlock.
Penelope!
Oh! Nice back and forth action here going.
Standing headlock. Penelope has it. Trying to reach down at those arms. Wait a minute. Winters now with that headlock. A little bit of a sequence. Her headlock took it down. Oh, now in a leg headlock.
This is good. This is nice basic wrestling. This is exactly what the fans came to see.
From all the other blockbuster matches we've been seeing, it's nice to see a good wrestling sequence every once in a while, because that was really damn good, including from a rookie.
So lady circling around. Who's going to be the first one? No! Penelope!
With a pinfall after that spinebuster, not even a one count. DNA, being a competitor yourself during your rookie season, what's it like going against proved members of any wrestling company you've been a part of when you're in your rookie season?
Well, there's two words that come to mind during your rookie season. The first is pain, and the second is learning. You will be handed your ass on a daily basis. There will be a lot of pain, but with pain comes gain, because every time you step in that ring, you have to learn something from the person that you're competing against. And if you can manage to do that, then and only then can you be a success in this business.
Again, wise words by Death's notorious angel, is now Mackenzie Winters, has a neck lock of some sort.
Twisting the neck, looking for the submission here, and Penelope coming back.
Penelope now got a headlock on her.
Tides the turn. Mackenzie finds herself down, being choked out.
Arm is under the chin, so he doesn't really have a good hold applied. I think Winters noticed that.
Oh! Oh!
Drop kick there by Winters. That was a beautiful standing drop kick there, DNA.
That definitely was. Mackenzie taking it to the ropes. And her up and oh! Beautiful little side slam there.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful textbook maneuver there. Penelope, I think, called Mackenzie Winters neck breaker, but Winters is still standing on. Catching her. Not even a one count there. Referee, you're looking slow tonight. Well, getting slower than usual. Can't blame him. He's been refereeing all these matches.
Well, no doubt the guy's got a sore arm and a tired back, but we got to press on. The show must go on, folks.
Rolling neck breaker there by Mackenzie Winters. As Mackenzie now feeling it. And the longer this match goes, the more it favors Norman Rhodes for his wrestling point, but it also favors Desmond Cruz because he's practically going to be somewhat fresh coming to the final match. Damn,
yeah, but you have to also think about it from a mental standpoint here. Norman Rhodes wants that rest. He wants it to go as long as possible. Goes too long for Desmond Cruz, it might become a little bit of an annoyance. He'll get a little overexcited, tend to make mistakes.
Very true. It's actually a really good observation. I didn't even think of it. It's always good to have a wrestling aspect into the commentary because you never know what you can learn. As Penelope with a moonsault and now a pin too. Isn't enough? No! That was... For a rookie, that was a damn near perfect moonsault.
Very impressive. She's got a lot of athletic ability. I think she's got a great career ahead of her. But tonight she's got to go through Mackenzie Winters to get the first footing on that career.
She's caught! Oh! Exploder suplex! Mackenzie Winters basically just Future halfway across the ring.
Hooked up. Oh! The sunset flip bomb there.
Power bomb. Winners again looking for something big. Penelope might be in the end. Missed that heel kick. And a forearm to the face, but Penelope down.
No doubt these ladies are giving it their all.
Mackenzie Winners still down. Penelope back on her feet. Penelope might be going to the top rope. Or is she waiting for Mackenzie Winners to get up? Mackenzie Winners slowly getting back onto her feet. Fans here, all of them standing out of their seats. Here comes Penelope!
Oh, beautiful little springboard move, clothesline coming off the rope, and could this be it?
Barely a 3 count, almost a 3 count. 2.5.
This could be a big opportunity for the up-and-comer. Her debut. Make a big impact here and prove herself all in one shot.
She's proving herself very well so far. Here comes Penelope off the rope. Spinning elbow by Mackenzie Winners. Things are not looking good for Penelope now.
Oh! Massive kick by Mackenzie Winters.
I think it's over. 2 isn't enough. It is Mackenzie Winters with the victory over the upcoming rookie. But don't get me wrong, Mackenzie Winters may have won this match, but Penelope, the amount of prowess, ring prowess, and skill she showed in that ring was phenomenal.
Absolutely. She is a talented young lady, and we look forward to seeing more of her in this tall community, no matter what league she's in or where she might apply her craft. But tonight is Mackenzie Winters' night.
That it is. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Norman Rhodes, Desmond Cruz, and both the time limits. Desmond Cruz, some more time than Norman Rhodes. But we don't know how that's going to affect this match. Welcome everybody to the main event of night 3 of WTWX Future. This is going to be one hell of a match as we get this final matchup underway for the Project Wrestling Championship here, DNA.
That's right. It's going to be Norman Rhodes taking on Desmond Cruz. That Project Championship, the big game gold is on the line.
David versus Goliath is one way to really save for this matchup as Norm has changed from red of future to his signature green during his rest, going into this important match as he's going in original style.
He's realized this isn't about teams, this isn't about alliances, this is about him and Desmond Cruz battling it out one-on-one for that title. Only one man can hold it.
Very true. Both men have had time to rest for this. We can expect a blockbuster of a match to come down for the crown, or to crown the Project Wrestling Champion. Both have fought hard to get here over months and months of competition, and finally both are here, but only one of them will walk out the inaugural Project Wrestling champion has now become Desmond Cruz, longest reigning hardcore champion in WTW history, and probably in all of WTW history, because 616 days is one hell of a run for a hardcore belt for the 24/7 stipulation.
You know that means he's one tough son of a gun, and he's going to go in there and do everything he can to beat Norm from pillar to post, lay him out in the middle of the ring with that big fin, and put it down for the 1, 2, 3. Done, set, match.
There are so many weapons at both of these guys' disposal. The Devil's Hammer, the White Knuckle Punch, Norm's Catch This Ass, and newly shown Sonic Boom. And here we go, main event time. And they're both now face to face. Norman Rhodes starting off easily at least a few inches shorter, if not 6 inches shorter, than Desmond Cruz. Desmond Cruz with the height, weight, and strength advantage. Norman Rhodes, however, with the agility advantage.
Norman Rhodes has got to be careful here. He took a lot of damage in that match against David Moore, and it's going to come back to cost him. If he's not careful here, he's got to put away all the pride, he's got to put away all the showcasing, and he's got to get down to business. This is for the title.
And that discus clothesline almost took off Norm's head, and that might already be the end of the match. Is it enough? No, just a 2 count. Both of these men have proven to be cream of the crop for both rosters, and now it's the best of the best in Project Wrestling are colliding. The Brawler, Desmond Cruz, making sure that Norman Rhodes doesn't get out of this. Jesus!
And he is just meleeing him, laying in those haymakers, knocking his brains out. No, into the other corner here. Oh, right back to it.
Get back to the brawl. Is that enough after so many punches? No! After so many punches, Norman Rhodes is still into it, and then that kick in the back by Desmond Cruz.
I think it's going to take everything that Norm has, everything that he's got within his being to last in this match, to get some kind of offense going.
Norm, he really needs to stay, he kind of needs to keep his distance away from Desmond Cruz, in my opinion.
Well, Desmond Cruz definitely has the reach advantage, and he's a big guy. If he tags you with one of those tree trunk arms, he's going to knock you silly. But Norm has to outmaneuver him. He has to keep his distance and strike when the time is right.
Unlike what he just did there, is now Desmond Cruz in complete control of the Luthez press, and now just mounting on top a poor Norman Rhodes and just ground and pounding. Jesus Christ!
He's got him, laying him out here. Boom!
The onslaught just doesn't stop.
Oh!
And it appears, DNA, the rest has done them well, because they are both throwing everything at each other and holding on for now. Drop that leg.
Norman taking his sweet time here. Need to stay on top of this guy. Don't give him a second. Don't give him a moment to breathe, because he'll capitalize and you'll be right back on your back.
And you're right. He has to stay on the attack if he wants to keep Desmond Cruz down. With a senton flip. Is it enough?
Two.
No. Throwing Norman Rhodes off his stomach.
It's definitely going to take a lot more than that to keep Desmond Cruz down. Norman's going to have to go to some kind of offense, some kind of unusual or tactical offense
And look at this. Look at how far he has to outreach that arm to actually get a hold on it. It's basically the same amount of torque you put into a headlock.
Hip toss. Beautiful reversal maneuver.
Yeah, that hip toss there. Almost a good 6 feet up in the air. And now, Desmond Cruz working on the arm of Norman Rhodes. Again on that arm. Chimera lock. Chimera lock, standing Chimera lock. If torqued the wrong way, that can break a man's arm.
That's pushed a lot of pressure on your arm, your elbow, and your shoulder.
Norman Rhodes getting out of it, though. Norman Rhodes trying to get out of this. Knife edge chopped the punch, and he's continuing.
And
drop kick there by Norman Rhodes.
Quite honestly, I think Desmond Cruz. Hang on, we got a pin here. 2. All right, only at 2. Desmond Cruz, the part of the body that Desmond Cruz needs to be attacking is that lower back. He could take that ass-based offense out of the game if he just attacks the lower back.
That's a really good idea. I actually agree with you there. And what in the hell submission move was that? Rolled him up, though. I don't think the referee was paying attention. 2. Is that enough to take on Desmond Cruz? No, it is not. Norman Rhodes telling Desmond to stay down. I'm not sure you give commands to Desmond Cruz. As he gets thrown to the corner. DNA, what are your opinions of this matchup? Who needs to do what better?
Norman's on a pretty good streak right now. He just needs to keep the big man. He needs to keep the big man moving. Keep him gassed. You can't let him get a breath. Norman has used that speed advantage to his advantage and use his technique to his advantage. Whereas right now, it's just a matter of how much can you do to Norman Rhodes? How much damage can you inflict on him? And those big haymakers that Desmond Cruz keeps throwing to him right in the corner, that's a good way to just put the guy on Goofy Street and lay him out right in the middle of the ring.
If not, knock him out. Norman Rhodes just cannot get out of this corner to save his life. Butthole stomping.
And, right in the guts.
Walking it dry, and Desmond Cruz in complete control. This is for the Project Wrestling Championship, and in my opinion, it's the man who wants the title the most that's going to win this one. But right now, Norman Rhodes isn't showing that much of what he used to have in the tank. Never mind, clothesline.
He's quick. He's quick. You gotta be careful because Norm is quick. This is why Norm needs to keep that long range advantage because it gives him an opportunity to pull something out of his hat.
That's very true indeed, DNA. As we continue to move on off the top rope, sorry, not the top rope, or the corner rope. There is such thing as corner rope.
He's got him hooked up, some kind of submission move here. Looks like that Indian death lock. Going a few squats while he does it.
It's good to stay limber in these kind of matches. If you haven't stretched and your bones not relaxed, you can snap easily. And now Norman Rhodes working on the leg of Desmond Cruz.
Oh man, that reverse figure 4 here. Look at this. Retching on the knee.
Desmond Cruz barely getting out of that one, but you can see a small limp in Desmond Cruz, but it's not that noticeable, as you can see him just manhandling Norman Rhodes right now. Punch to the side of the head, and another one.
Somehow Norman Rhodes still standing. Somehow he hasn't been knocked out cold by all these haymakers. All these hard shots.
Yeah, referee now is finally getting in between the men, checking on Norman Rhodes. It looks like the ref has decided Norman Rhodes can continue. This is really the first stoppage we've had in any of these matches so far, DNA.
These guys have been through a lot. They battled 2 matches each. And now Norman Rhodes is getting his head knocked in. Oh!
Norman Rhodes showing little life left. Just a small amount, but he still has it. Norman Rhodes off the rope. And Norm, you can tell the amount of energy Norm barely has left in the tank.
The guy's definitely running on fumes here. I don't know how much more he's got. I don't know how much more he can keep this up.
He can't take that much damage, and right now for Norm, he needs to stay on the attack.
So to stay swift, stay violent.
I think he hears you because he's on the top rope.
Oh, nice cross body.
Holding on for the pin. Is it enough? No, it's not. Desmond Cruz just shoved him off his body.
Norm doesn't need to be wasting time here. He needs to come up with another strategy. You got to do something. You got to keep this guy off his feet.
He's making sure he keeps his back towards him. Here comes Norm off the rope. Waiting for to catch this ass, but doesn't get it. It gets an elbow to the back of the skull.
And looks like he's got him up. Whoa! Jesus! Massive German suplex.
From the deadlift position. I mean, sure, you see other powerhouses do that, but you see them doing that from a deadlift? And speaking of German, there's another one.
He's sending Norm to Suplex City here. Express ticket. First bus leaving now, I guess. As here comes another German suplex. Oh!
German suplexes damages the back of the neck and the upper back, tiring out his opponent.
Hooked up.
Oh. Wait a minute. Norman Rhodes showing some life. Caught! Oh my God! He just got pelted in the head. That's what? Somehow, Norman Rhodes finds a way to kick out.
Norman Rhodes showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of fortitude. But is it going to be enough to survive those deadly punches?
Without
that
injury.
Massive attack.
Without injury, because he just caught a white knuckle punch to the face as he was coming down from jumping off the top turnbuckle. Desmond Cruz probably thinking to himself he has this in the bag right now. And a big boot to the head. Referee again stepping in, checking on Norm. Second stoppage of the fight.
Norm's on La La Land right now. Is it going to be enough?
Again, Norm somehow, someway kicking out.
Oh!
Let's get a replay here.
Look at this.
This is where the first stoppage happens. After the punch to the side of the temple, and Norm just couldn't. And here's the second stoppage.
A massive boot just melee, just laying him out. I mean, he's done. He's got to be done. Oh!
Norman Rhodes showing a little fight left, and you have to imagine. Wait a minute. Is that enough? No! As I was saying, you have to imagine if the match gets called off one more time, the match might be over by no contest.
I don't know. Are the fans really going to stand for that? Is the rules really going to allow for it? Because the champion can't be crowned on a no contest.
That's a good point. As we have a sleeper hold locked in, and Norman Rhodes, the life is basically draining off his face. The crowd trying to get him back into this match. The longer he's in this hold, the longer the blood stays out of the brain. Never mind.
Nice reversal by Rhodes there. He's got to take advantage here. This may be your last chance. Oh!
Trying for the bonfire lit. Is that enough? No! Norm was going for the bonfire lit, which is a homage to his son Peyton, which Peyton has used that to take so many opportunities away from Desmond in the past, including the NAH Championship, and Norm almost used it and taken away another. Desmond has that move scouted. He does not want that move to come back to bite him, but Norm back from the grave almost.
Norm on that rush of adrenaline, so quick, so fast, and now he's gonna have to take that and put it to his advantage.
Now is not the time for dancing, Norm. As well impressive as it is, it's not a good idea.
Oh!
By Hurricanrana.
What's he thinking here? What's on his mind?
There's no way he's gotta go for the same move twice.
Oh, he got it!
The bonfire lit, but Norm's out. Norm couldn't capitalize. Is that enough to take out the big man?
1, 2, and that's it!
He's done it! The Achilles heel of Desmond Cruz strikes again in the bonfire lit, and your new inaugural Project Wrestling champion is Norman Rhodes. Coming from a commentary job, now gone wrestler, and now a champion.
Norman Rhodes put up a very impressive, he's just put up a very impressive performance here tonight. He deserves the title. He wrestled his ass off, and he beat a veteran in the ring. You gotta give him credit where credit is due. Desmond Cruz put up a good fight, but tonight, Norm will be the one who walks out with that belt around his waist.
And if I recall, this is the first belt Norm has ever won in his wrestling career, and what a way to start a championship run by getting the top championship in Project Wrestling. As the graphic shows, Desmond Cruz falls to the bonfire lit once again. An emotional Norman Rhodes. Explain to me the feelings he's probably feeling right now, DNA.
It's got to be everything, excitement. It's emotion overflowing. You can't believe that your dream has come true. You're standing there holding the biggest prize in the game. Right there, you are the top of the heap, the top of the mountain. You feel everything.
I want to say how much of a milestone this is for me. Something that I never thought would ever happen. It's finally happened. After being screwed over, after working my ass off, after months of punishment, the journey finally starts. Thank you to everyone who has supported me, and thanks to my opponent for putting me through hell. Now, enough of that mushy stuff. I'm sure the future roster is jumping up and down celebrating. Sorry to break it to you guys, but this W isn't for you. In fact, this win isn't even secretly for WTW. This win was for me and my catering brothers. Cater till you die. Beat them till they're black, blue, and red. The era of the Scarlet Bruiser, the Bruiser Chef, has reached Project Wrestling.
Can you believe it, DNA? Norm just denounced his loyalty to WTW and Future. What is going on right now?
Well, the guy's obviously looking to commit career suicide and lose that title a little quicker than he got it.
And he's going to catering crew. What does this mean for WTW and or Future right now?
Hey, I'm glad I never accused Norm of being a genius.
That's Ben McKenzie. What the hell is he doing here?
That bum, he's probably here to borrow money or something.
Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your night.